Yeah, well, we came the whole ride up. We were like, all right, we're going to get here. We're going to, like, sit down. We're going to do all these, like, teach guys those things. But now we're going to do it after nice dancing and relaxation.
So we want to make sure that you guys have the knowledge. So in the future, if you do get faced with lots of cops, situation calls for it.
Have an idea of how you can best handle the situation or protect yourself from one being hurt to while protecting your space, standing your ground in civil disobedience, but non-violently, of course.
So, what is civil disobedience? Civil disobedience goes back to the civil rights era. I want to use that.
I think we need that.
I'll put it on low.
Mic check, mic check. This is Mark, is this good? Can you guys hear me?
Turn it up. Your voice is better, dude.
Fuck electronics.
I'm sitting down. Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Okay, this happens all the time. Okay, this happens all the time. I can't find my jacket. I have my jacket. Okay, I mean, never mind. Scratch that.
People's mic works. So civil disobedience goes back to the civil rights era, and it's and before that too. But it gained a lot of use and popularity during that time. And it's a way for people to calmly, peacefully, and non-violently resist while staying together. And we do this by sitting on the ground to show that we won't be moved. And there are multiple ways.
Yeah.
The one we're going to do today probably, sitting on the ground, lying on the ground maybe.
I love lying on the
The most effective in a riot situation is to sit on the ground and link arms.
Run.
So when you link arms, what you do is you want to be as strong as possible. You can either, when you link arms, put your hands like this, or I like to put them like this.
But you want to tuck your thumb.
Yeah.
One of the things when you're clasping your hands together, holding your hands together like this is one of the strongest ways in which you can keep yourself from, one, being chained together with your fellow comrades, as well as also standing your ground. Now, one of the tricks is make sure to hide your thumbs. One of the easiest ways in which an officer would pry you away from the people you're linked with is by twisting your thumb, twisting it back, and then you're going to definitely break grip, making them able to move you out of the line.
Isn't this demonstration for the good of the people, though?
This is a demonstration
And
for the
for
good of the
morality?
people. We definitely want to avoid people getting hurt by having their thumbs twisted off.
I don't want to see anybody get hurt either, so there is submission to authorities, which is Romans
We're just
13.
bringing you information.
People have different
Violence-
ways.
we hope you
violent
never hate
ways
each
of
other.
tactics.
No
and
one's
something
getting
that's
violent.
definitely
Exactly.
This is civil
respected.
Not violence to
These
stand
are
and not
all
be moved.
non-violent ways
What's your way
resisting.
to make an officer
That we hope you
be
never have to
aggressive more
use.
towards you?
This is just if you want to take
Information.
it. We're just giving you
So,
some of
I don't mean to,
Plug your
I don't
thumbs
mean to
in.
be disrespectful.
before you cry, that way you can protect them from being grabbed and twisted and weakening your life.
Another thing is to protect your neck, because police can use your neck as a weak point, choke you, grab you, suck in like a turtle. Keep your arms close to you so they don't pull from underneath your arms.
I'm 37 years old.
This also kind of protects you from pepper spray if
They weren't down
being used.
It was not like that.
No, and then they fucking finally cracked down, and they made the gay board eliminated.
future reference, if you were standing, you would not stand like this. You would stand like this.
Yeah,
Because this
abuse of power
makes you stronger. And that's what we want to do.
Now, one of the things to keep in mind whenever you are linking arms is that, let's say, the person next to you is being yoked up by an officer, and now because you are holding on to them, they may be getting a little feel hurt or whatever. A good idea to have whenever you're linking arms with people is some sort of a safe word. That way, if the person beside you feels that they wish to be released by you, then they can say the safe word so you know that, well, you know to let them go upon their wishes. You're not just giving them up, you're doing it because they're actually requesting because they don't want to be injured in any way. That's something to just be considerate of, just to make sure that everybody stays safe and uninjured. Yeah, talk to your neighbor, good communication. Try your best to, stick with people that you work with usually or trust and know, and have good communication with in general. That's definitely key to good, successful civil disobedience and nonviolent direct action.
Some of the best friends I've made, people who saved me from getting arrested, were complete strangers who I met and ended up next to in an arm chain. Maybe.
Also, these are things that just being arrested, I've noticed, are helpful. Like, don't hold on to these tight while you're waiting for the police, kind of just chill, relax, clearly, and then really good fun. And also, like, figure out how you want to be taken out. Because there's a lot of ways to do it. You have to think about different things that you'll be charged with. But if you're willing to go limp, it makes it a lot harder for them to take you. I mean, it hurts you, but you're going to be hurt anyway. Sadly.
Going limp also makes you harder to drag away your dead weight.
I'm no authority on any of this, but also something to keep in mind that I've learned is to think about how you match people up in the line. So for instance, shorter people or smaller bodies, sometimes it makes more sense. Well, there are different opinions about how you might want to do this, right? You want to put smaller people on the end because they're going to go for them first anyway, and so it's not going to break up the line. No, these are things that you have to just think about. I'm just putting it out there. That's one way to think about it, or to put the weaker people in the smaller people in the middle, so as to kind of like have them protected by everyone on the outside of it.
You definitely want to try to keep people of like height next to each other. That way it's not a strain on anyone's shoulders or arms when they are linking up. Like, have someone like this, and holding up like this to link arms. Like, they're not a very comfortable nor very secure situation.
I don't know, I'm just looking for a package.
Who wants the glasses in here? Who wants the glasses?
Alright, one, now we just go to pickle first.
All the cops are being
Anybody else? Oh yeah. You never won.
What about ID?
Oh yeah, IDs and they'll probably cut your back. Well, that's what they did to us, but I don't know.
The event of our eviction.
You probably want to like cut your hair. It's quite dirty. At least the NYPD does.
And it's really important that you have your ID on you in a place where it's not going to fall out, because if you are apprehended and put in jail, they'll keep you in jail overnight, drag it out.
At least in New York, if you don't have ID, you can easily be kept like 48 to 72 hours just on the basis of they need to identify you.
They won't process you.
During the RCC in Philadelphia,
Will they give you food and drink?
but that did happen in Philadelphia in 2000.
However, in the event of our eviction, that was 2 days prior to a major action which was publicly announced. So they were more than happy to keep people for close to 48 hours, if not over 48 hours, even with identification. So really anything can go, and they want to play that way.
There we go.
Earrings?
Don't
wear them.
I tried to keep it no things, that's it.
Some legal things. Let's say you're not so hardcore and don't want to get arrested so much. Anytime you're in a confrontation of any sort with police, you can say at any time, "Am I free to go?" And if you're not under arrest, am I being detained? Am I free to go? am I being held for questioning? This is police jargon that they will respond to, and if you're not being held, they'll respond whether you're free to go or not.
They try to keep you asking you questions or whatever have you. Obviously, you may already know that you are under no obligation to respond or give any information of any kind. In general, it's never really a good idea, even on a sociable way, to engage with police. You don't want to give them anything that they may find to use against you in any way, shape, or form.
All that shit. I've known masquerade, and you were hired because.
Well, the reason the right thing is sort of only if they're actually going to hold you for questioning. If you're being detained for, let's say, I'm not sure how they do it here, but like in New York, if you were being detained for disorderly conduct, that's a violation. They won't even fingerprint you for that. But they, you know, whatever, will detain you for X amount of hours and blah, blah, blah.
Also, cops are allowed to lie to you.
Yeah.
They're allowed to do that. And they do.
Cops,
Also,
yeah, this is a relevant point of information. Police are legally permitted to tell lies in order to get information from you. So the Miranda rights, anything you say can and will be held against you is true. But when I was arrested, I never got my rights read to me, and I didn't find out what I was charged with until I got to the precinct about 2 hours later.
They only read you your rights if they're going to interrogate you.
Yeah, they're going to question you.
Also, you have the right to say no to retina scans. Yeah, they scan your eyes, see you English.
But this is just our advice. You guys have a great legal team here, I'm sure.
You got to trade eyes after that.
And the things we say might not be applicable because we're from New York, Pennsylvania.
What do we do?
a lot. Thank you.
But we don't want to give you any false information that doesn't apply in Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania, arresting officers don't tell you what you're charged with. You're told by the DA. So if you are arrested, you will not be told what you are being arrested for until you appear before a judge.
No, you'll know before you're in front of a judge.
Not in Pennsylvania.
Well, they write it on your wristband while you're in jail.
Is that right?
Well, that's what happened to me.
Sure.
When we got arrested at the round.
I know.
Yeah, we get the cool wristbands right when we get arrested.
They're really cool, but they don't
Listen, as of before I turned 18, they changed laws particularly so they wouldn't have to tell you what you're arrested for. So they have the ability to grab you off the fucking streets and fucking do whatever the fuck they want. It's because they want power. They want control. That's it. Simple. They altered the ability and the rights that we were supposed to be given so they can have control.
Badge numbers, those are a good thing to keep your eyes out for. It's hard when a lot's going on, but then when you're in jail and your friend is you wish that you would have looked at that badge number. So check it out. Badge names, badge numbers.
I heard in New York they covered it with tape, though.
Some of them do.
Sometimes you have officers that, and those are the ones that you usually want to run from, because those are the ones that are usually more likely to just punch you in the fucking face.
Maybe the officers are not being they're not. They beat the fuck out of us in New York.
I've had occasions where, you know, just standing in the line and the police just standing there, whatever, they're telling you to move or whatever it is, and just because you didn't comply quick enough for their standards, if you comply at all, and they're just like grabbing with people and hitting people and all kinds of stuff. I personally was arrested at a time where all the captain said was, just start grabbing people, like this guy right here, and he grabs my wrist. Probably I'm arrested. No idea why, but whatever, that was enough for me. So, don't put anything past them, that's for sure. Don't trust them. Unless they're standing on your side, as in on the same side of the police line with you and pushing you against that barricade with you, not trust them. And even then, police officers here make less. But
if it smells like bacon, it ain't good. The only type of bacon I like is when I eat it.
What do you like? What do you guys like start thinking now? What do you like to see? Not
Don't point like you, Steve. Go down to 59th Street.
I don't know.
For real. These are the guys that see out the line. These are the guys who are fucking the best spot.
It's not innocent till proven guilty anymore. It's guilty till proven innocent.
But maybe here's a question: what's jail like? Answer is, it's not so bad. It does suck, but chances are you get arrested at an Occupy action. You'll probably get arrested with a bunch of your friends. It'll be really boring for a while, but you'll be with cool people.
Like being arrested.
Year and a half, fighting and drinking. That was fun.
Does anybody have any questions at all for us?
I'm such an Italian.
Pass me the water.
Oh, bananas. And cheese sandwiches.
That's the first thing you gotta worry about.
I don't know the answer. I didn't even know.
Yeah, where we came from.
Sorry.
Great.
Mic check. Mic check. Tent committee has recovered 2 tents so far, which are sitting over near the GA stage. If there's anyone who wants to sleep for a while, you can work in shifts. Those 2 tents are available.
Let me off. He's like, alright, but I can't let you off until the actual stop.
Did you hear that? There's a big canopy for comfort that you can sleep in as well.
Occupy Snuggie.
There's blankets and bedding there. Feel free to sleep.
Any of you have an extra?
Mic check! Mic check! While we're talking about Know Your Rights, we have the Know Your Rights packets prepared by the Occupy Philly Legal Collective here. If folks want to look them over, let me know. Yeah, keep it moving though because we only have a few.
I started to go home.
Want these? Does anyone need a Know Your Rights packet?
I already know my rights.
Okay, great.
I can't leave you guys. My reinforcements. Can I get one? Walter of all people.
I think she's going to one with us.
I think.